Hello and thank you for contacting Wave Support, and welcome to the family of Wave contact lens fitters. From your contact lens request, or from your consultation request, it looks like you're trying to refit this keratoconus patient, and you have a couple concerns about the edge design or based on the amount of movement you're receiving, as well as a little bit on the overrefraction. So let's talk about the fit for a moment. Overall, the design actually looks pretty good. One of the things I strive for, well, first of all, in these keratoconus lens, you'll find they're a little bit more challenging and some of the rules go out the window. But I think you did appropriately. It chose the free form because you're a little off center with your cone. And what I would probably do is I want to get this back surface of the lens. If you look at your quad view here, the four views at the bottom of the Wave design software, down in the right hand corner is the simulated topography that Wave is seeing. The bottom left is the back surface of the lens. And these actually are not too bad, but if you look back up at your top picture, you do have a few gaps, a little bit on there. And so what I would try to do is get that back surface of that lens to line up a little bit more closely with that front surface of the cornea. One way to do that is to play with these red and the blue placement dots, trying to make those, maybe move them down a little bit more, a little smaller, trying different positions until you get that line up a little bit easier. But I find a real simple way to do it is if you just click down here on this S factor, put about a minus 0.05 in there, redesign the lens. And what you'll find is when you sort of get a little bit of an aspheric design, you'll notice right away that the back surface now of that lens, which is the lower left of the quad 4 view, you'll notice it pretty much exactly mirrors the front surface of the cornea. If you look back at the top picture and you notice each meridian very closely lines up with the surface of the cornea, and if you compare that to your original designs, you'll find that this superior quadrant here is a little steeper now in this new design. So you get a very nice close fit here. So I think this will be one way to get that lens to fit a little bit more nicely. Now if you do this and find the lens is getting too tight, a couple of things you can do is either lift up a little bit on this peripheral zone, peripheral curve, or you can simply switch over from axial to tangential. Tangential tends to fit about a half a diopter flatter in general than the axial. So that's another way to very quickly switch over and get a little bit flatter fit. You can just go over here and do current settings and let it design again, and that'll flatten out that lens just about a half a diopter or so. So those are two ways that you can go about getting that lens to fit a little bit more nicely. When it comes to the power of the lens, what I've learned through the years, you have to be real careful on these, using your fraction in the calculation, because as you know, based on your topography, your fraction is probably a little skewed and probably does not represent the true power of that cornea, just because it's all just kind of warped. And so when Wave goes and designs the lens, it will design a very accurate lens based on the information it's given. But Wave doesn't necessarily know that that's a keratoconus lens. It just knows that you're adding those powers in and tries to create the best calculation in relationship to the corneal curves. So sometimes what I like to, in fact, all these keratoconus patients, before I design my lens, I like to put a known spherical gas perm lens on the eye and get an over-refraction, see if I get a spherical over-refraction, and record that data for the future. When I go design the lens, if I get weird over-refractions, now your right over-refraction was pretty small if I recall, and is mostly spherical. On the left eye, if I remember, your over-refraction was a kind of an oblique cylinder, or complicated cylinders, which suggests that you ran into some power issues related to this distorted cornea. So a lot of times what I'll do if I run into those issues where the powers are just not predictable, I'll just take out this over-refraction, or take out the original fraction, leave that as plano, design my lens, and then I'll go down here in the lower left, there's a little tools function, hit trial lens data. I'll enter the trial lens that I used as well as the over-refraction, and now I get a really nice accurate power for my contact lens. So that's just a couple little tips you can try. I think you're pretty close on these designs from what I can see. I wish you well. Don't get frustrated. It can be a bit of a steep learning curve, but I think you'll find that there's a lot of unique things you can do with the Wave software and the Wave designs. So I wish you well. Welcome to the Wave family, and thank you for contacting Wave Support. Have a great day.